Hello there, and welcome to the Stay Off My Lawn podcast, where we'll have a little fun, lots of laughs, and discussions on the common sense that needs to be applied to a lot of today's world news issues. And now, the disclaimer. Stay Off My Lawn is not intended as legal, medical, or financial advice. Void where prohibited. No purchase necessary to win. Open to legal U.S. residents 18 or over in the contiguous 48 states. Any resemblance to anyone living or deceased is purely coincidental. Actual price may vary. Only use as directed. Not a member of FDIC. And now, here are your hosts, Mike and Richard.
Hey, that's us.
It is?
Welcome to...
That's right. I'm here
Yes,
today.
it is, yeah. We were thinking Jose and Dick. I think is what we were thinking. I do look a little Mexican today. So, I mean, I do have that. Went to a Braves game. If you're looking at this on video, I got some color at the Braves game the other day. And I'm in the sun a lot anyway, but I mean, it got me. Anyway, welcome to this week's episode of Stay Off My Lawn. It's July 21st, 2026, and this is episode 172.
Okay, yeah, lots of fun. You had two Saturday and Sunday to see Braves games. Was one a night game or not?
No, both of them. Saturday was a 4:15 game, and Sunday was a 1:35 game.
Ooh, that one sitting out. Yeah,
that was the warm one. Yeah.
Yeah. And I am here live and direct to you folks from a commercial shoot that I'll tell you about when it comes out, apparently in the spring sometime.
Yeah,
it's a national company. A lot of you would recognize it, but at any rate,
yeah,
I have been up since 7 o'clock last night, and it's now 1:10 in the afternoon the following day. I was on set for 13 hours.
Like we joked about in the promo, it was not Planet Fitness, and he was not in the pink tutu doing the hip thrust. He was not doing any of that. So
no, I just wasn't. I'm so emotional today. Anyway,
Planet Fitness, $20 a month. Come see us.
The commercial shoot paid quite well, so I ain't giving that up. I want to have me a nice one of them there fancy Nikoner type cameras. A good digital
that's right.
camera.
If you have a Nikon camera, you get to take a photograph, like Paul Simon said. So Mama, don't take my Kodachrome away. But, I was thinking, it's like, Richard has got this on-camera face. I have this off-camera face. So we're both on camera today, but I mean, I never get the on-camera opportunities. I do have a fancy watch, though, I got for my birthday.
Ooh, nice.
But anyway, so Richard's got his on-camera thing going, and so that's fun. That's fun.
Well, I did get a compliment from the makeup lady on my rather big stash here with the handlebars. They're not wax. That's just the way it does, a little dip down and up. I don't know why it does that on its own. It just does, and I'm not making circles out of it.
When my facial hair grew when I was 3 weeks in the hospital, I mean, it goes in all different directions. And I know even after about 4 days, it does that. And it's like, that's why I keep it trimmed so short, because it's like, it looks like I'm homeless. I mean, it looks like I'm homeless anyway, a lot of times, but I mean, but yeah, it looks really, really bad. And I really thought, it's like, if we get pulled over, they're going to think my wife picked up a
vagrant.
So, but anyway, let's get to
lots going today. So let's get chopping here, pal.
We keep telling you about these leftist policies in these cities all across the country, especially the blue cities, and especially on the West Coast. Richard sent me this report from a couple of months ago, as a matter of fact, and on what's happening in Portland specifically. So, Richard, take that away.
Yeah, it's and I am someone who I used to live just outside of the Portland proper, drove through Portland all the time in a community called Beaverton. I mean, it is Oregon. What do you expect? It was
I like Buc-ee's.
It was a really nice. There was a store that was in downtown Portland called Meyer and Frank, and it was across from the Portland Square where we bought a brick with our name on it, the R.J. Durrington family. It's down there still, and all these twerps are spitting on it and walking over it and whatever they're doing.
We've got one down at Centennial Olympic Park in Atlanta. We bought a brick for that down there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because our
Yeah.
when we first moved and got our first house, there were some neighbors there, and it was close to Christmas time, and we were talking to them, and they said, "Oh, you've got to go to Myron Frank. That Santa Claus is Santa Claus. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No fake boots with the covers. Everything was legit. The beard was real. He was Santa. He was awesome."
Mm.
And we went every year and never worried about going to downtown Portland. It wasn't a trash heap. They used to call the town square thing there that's downtown the Portland living room, because they would have little concerts sometimes down there. It was very nice, and it's since been taken over by all the thugs and losers and
Yeah,
whatever.
of course.
So I saw this article and I looked at it and went, oh crap, the vacancy rate in downtown Portland, and they're going to try and tax the landlords of these empty office buildings because they don't have tenants in it.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like, what in what world does that make any sense?
maybe they want them to abandon the buildings. That way they can turn them into tenement houses and I don't know.
Whatever.
But the government runs it. It's got to be good.
Yeah, sure. So it's a mess down there. All their lefty stuff, and this is what's happening. You got a Nike factory store. This is why they're not in downtown anymore, and why people are leaving. The Nike factory store closed after 276 shoplifting events in 1 year.
Crazy.
It's like, are you kidding me? Gee, why would you go through that many shoplifting events and stay there?
I would think 2 or 3 would be enough. But
Both of the major Walmart locations in Portland closed, which is in the poor part of Portland.
hmm.
One was off of MLK Boulevard, so that gives you an indication. And same thing, all the theft and the looting and whatever, and they just said, nope, we're not eating that anymore.
Hmm.
And when both stores closed, that's 580 people that no longer are working. REI, which has been there forever, closed a store in the Pearl District, again, not one of the best ones anymore, due to break-ins and theft.
Hmm.
Gee, are we sensing a pattern here?
There is a pattern. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm not that bright, so.
And U.S. Bank, which is a big U.S. Bank tower in downtown Portland, it's a beautiful building.
Big pink tower. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You can see that name from just about anywhere down there by the river. It's very prominent. They're leaving. U.S. Bank is not renewing their lease in their big regional headquarters, U.S. Bank Corp Tower, after being there for 100+ years. They have been there forever.
Hmm.
Wells Fargo says, ha ha, let's hitch up the wagon, boys. We're out of here.
Yeah.
I used to call them the stagecoach, the wagon wheel company.
And you think of Portland when you think of Wells Fargo. You think about the Oregon Trail. That's what comes to mind.
Well, and Wells Fargo is crooked too, so I guess that's kind of karma. Here a few years ago, they were actually just signing people up for credit cards that people didn't know they had.
Oh, I never heard that.
Yeah, there was a big contest. I had a student in one of my classes that I was training for a call center for Capital One, and they said, yeah, I was getting calls that, hey, and if you don't use the card, then there was an annual fee for it, and that was piling up interest and stuff. And she goes, what are you talking about? What credit card? Yeah, somebody had just from Wells Fargo had signed her up for a credit card that she didn't even know she had.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's karma coming around to bite him.
My son banks with them too. I need to let him know to keep an eye out for that. I never heard that.
That was several years ago. I'm hoping they still aren't doing that, but this was like 8 years ago or so.
Yeah.
Because I have been retired that long.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful. And then you got Starbucks. Northwest Starbucks is Seattle, and Portland is Starbucks everywhere. And they've closed 6 locations the end of last year alone. So, when they start shutting down, because they're tired of the nastiness and everything that's going on down there. And Nordstrom Rack has been there forever. And then you have CVS Pharmacy both the stores closed due to, oh, let's see, what do you think it might have been? You want to take a wild guess?
Could it be people walking in barefoot? No. Was it
No, no,
was it
that's
bad breath? No. It could have been. I mean, um, was it theft?
Gee, ding, 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 shoplifting. They both said, yeah, no, we're done because of that. So they were doing the same rule, I think, for a while. I think they've since changed it, but it's a little too late. On the less than $1,000, we're not going to bother you. Well, gee, nefarious people go, ooh, what is there to get? Woo!
Portland, you win. There you go. It's all you win the place for I can't even say what's in my head. I'm not supposed to say that.
Yeah,
But
not.
I've always wanted to visit the Pacific Northwest when I was younger. I mean, I wanted to visit the West Coast, the whole thing, even all the way up to Vancouver and the whole thing. I would love to see all that area because it's, it used to be, from everything I've ever read, is beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
And
If you get a chance and you're in Portland or we're going through Portland, keep going all the way to the coast. Go to Tillamook, where Tillamook Creamery is. It is beautiful. That is still a privately owned company. There people trying to buy it left and right, but they're not giving it up. It's owned by somewhere between 110 and 120, something like that. Farmers, small.
Oh, okay.
Dairy herd farmers, bigger ones, whatever. But
I've seen the cheeses at the store, Tillamook.
Yes, it is good cheese.
Yeah.
It is some of the best. And their ice cream is just butter in your mouth. Oh, Lord, it's good. So anyhow, it's a shame. It's a beautiful state that these idiots are now putting a thing in the state where they got enough dumb signatures. Of course, they probably didn't check any of them, but
of course not.
that they're going to ban you cannot hunt, fish, have any of your own animals. You cannot breed your own animals. You can Tillamook would, all those cows, you treat them so. Are you kidding me? Why would you treat a cow poorly? Because if you do, you don't get much milk from them. They have the lap of luxury for a cow.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
they may end up moving eventually too. I mean, you just can't. I mean, I don't know. You can't move a farm, I guess, but I mean,
their factory where they make stuff, and you can take tours of it, and you can go up and watch them working down on the factory floor, packaging and all kinds of stuff. You used to be able to see them make cheese, but they don't do it that way anymore.
But it's got to be in close proximity to where the farms are. It seems like
it's all in the Tillamook County area. So it's but they don't use Pfizer synthetic rennet that you would use to make cheese, different kinds of cheese with. Right. It's all natural stuff, so that's why their cheese has a much better flavor. It's not the fake crap that comes from Pfizer. So
Barbara likes the Sargento.
Yes, that's another good one.
Cheddar cheese, and that's from Wisconsin, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, but they know how to make cheese up in that area, I guess.
Yep. And it's beautiful there, but it rains a lot.
Yeah. In a related story, according to Yahoo Finance, they compiled a list of the top 10 cities people are moving out of here in the U.S. Number 1 on the list was L.A. Number 2 was San Francisco. There's a congruency there too, and I can't really come up with why. New York, Seattle, Washington, D.C., Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, Denver, and rounding out the top 10 is Detroit. All blue cities. Well, most cities are blue anyway, but I mean, people are moving out of there. I mean,
it's like, nope. Well, Detroit's being taken over by the Muslims. They're happy to move in and just take it over because it's a dump right now, just an absolute dump.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Well, and I think there's a lot of places in Philadelphia the same way. And Boston. I mean, it's just all these cities. Washington D.C. has gotten a lot better since they've gone through that cleanup. And I would imagine not too long ago Memphis would have been on this list as well. but I don't see it on this latest list. But yeah, I mean, whenever the blue policies, the Democratic policies, the higher taxes, the higher crime rates, because they've been eliminating the police force and everything. I mean, I don't see how is that sustainable? Eventually, it's going to collapse. It's not going to be today, but it might be tomorrow. Who knows?
And soon, and for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So far, and there's probably, and this is pure conjecture. There's probably no better time to be an illegal immigrant in California, especially if you're looking to buy your first house. Fox's William LaJeunesse explains why that might be the case.
The bill just passed the state Senate, now goes back to the Assembly, where Democrats have a supermajority, and aides tell me it is likely to pass. The bill makes illegal migrants eligible for $150,000 to buy a new home. Lawmakers created the program so citizens and legal residents could afford to live here. But last week, Democrats changed the law to say this: an applicant who meets requirements for the loan assistance program shall not be disqualified solely based on the applicant's immigration status. So the program provides first-time buyers with a zero-interest loan up to 20% of the home's purchase price. So that's up to $150,000 cash up front for a down payment and closing costs. This year, this $255 million program sold out in 11 hours, requiring a lottery. 18,000 applied, 2,000 got loans. And when a home sells, the state is repaid with a small percentage of any appreciation. The bill is sponsored by a prominent Latino rights group with close ties to Vice President Harris.
Who would have ever guessed? It sounds like you don't need to pay it back if you don't sell the house. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, whatever their immigrant status is. You're either legal or you're not. And they just they will that's another debate thing that I saw. That guy would, I forget who was going at it, but dance around and no. Why do you keep using that odd phrasing? Illegal, because what's the problem?
Because it's English. You need to learn it and embrace it. And yeah. I can't say that I'm surprised that it had any ties to Kamala Harris, but I mean, why are they so bound and determined to spend good taxpayer money on illegal immigration, on illegal people are there illegally? Why, especially in this kind of $255 million? I mean, this is why there's so much in the hole. There's programs like this.
You can't afford it, and then on top of that, I thought it was California, their legislature or something they passed a law that the feds coming in are not going to be allowed to do all the stuff they're doing. ICE can't do. You don't have any status when it comes to that. A whole room full of idiots. Some of you call yourself lawyers, and you pass that?
And you missed the supremacy clause of the Constitution.
Absolutely, 100%.
Just incredible. Just incredible. John Fetterman seems to be the only Democrat that has any common sense anymore. The last reasonable voice, if you want to put it that way, of the Democratic Party. There's been talk about him going either independent or full-on Republican. And the other day he was asked, what would it take to push him over the edge? And here's what he said.
These are abhorrent beliefs, communism, socialism, and now for me, what my real concern is the Democratic Party is going to put it into the platform, is an anti-Israel party, that Israel does not have the right to defend itself and to exist. And the second that becomes a formal part of our platform, and that's the one thing that would push me out of this party, because I'm deeply alarmed the way the Democratic Party is going after Israel and allowing to just rank anti-Semitism to flourish, in the left on the campuses as well too.
It is kind of strange. It's like the Democrats normally have been very pro-Israel for my lifetime. But but you see the sentiment. I think it's all over the world. You see it in Europe too. I mean, this anti-Israel, just I don't know. But anyway, there was a vote just last week to ban further aid to Israel, military and non-military, and it failed in the House, but 103 Democrats voted for it and 98 voted against. So there is a majority, and it's shifting the way that Fetterman just said. It's like that shift is fully underway. The Democratic Party is becoming anti-Israel.
I don't understand that. Why are you all of a sudden becoming Israeli haters? Because that's a huge voter base in New York. I mean, if you are Jewish, you vote Democrat, and I've never understood that. As conservative as you are, why would you keep doing that? And now it's full on communism. It's not democratic socialism. That's the exact same term they used in Germany. How they
Democratic
got
socialism.
the Nazi Party, how they got voted in. That's what they used was democratic socialism.
It's not something new, even though it's something that we've just now been made aware of again in history. But yeah, it's been long enough. It's been 80 years, and people have just they
stopped teaching it in schools. They don't know any different. They haven't got a clue in all nothing knowing anywhere.
And I've got a theory on why I think most Jewish people, or people who claim Jewish blood or whatever, most of them are very non-religious. I mean, most of them are agnostic in their belief systems anyway, even though they are Jewish by blood. I've got a good friend of mine I went to high school with, and he's very, very liberal. We just talked again a few weeks ago, and he was like, I aren't going to agree on anything political. It's like, I know it's going to be okay, but it's like, I just don't understand, but it's almost become their religion is to adhere to whatever the Democrats say. I don't have any idea even how that got started. Like you said, as far as the history, especially, if you adhere even a little bit to Judaism, how in the world could you be for what the Democrats are for? I mean, it's all just immoral stuff. I don't get it.
I'm as befuddled and gobsmacked as you are.
It's a good word, befuddled. I feel befuddled all the time, and
I'm overly befuddled today. I'm surprised I found a word in my little file drawer today.
I think you're doing great. I think you're doing great. As long as you stay upright, we're going to be good. So how crazy is it to be against voter ID? I have on July 16th, this is a kind of a funny story. Olive Garden put out this statement about their never-ending pasta bowl pass. Stay with me. We're all going to tie this up in a nice bow at the end here. They said in their Twitter page, it says the never-ending pasta pass is only for use by the pass holder, whose name is printed on the pass. Passes are personalized and non-transferable. Pass holders must present a valid photo ID along with the pass at the time of ordering. So in America, even in blue states, our pasta deals are literally far more secure than our voting booths. So I mean, so if you've got a pasta pass, you better have a valid ID. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, they want to make sure it's you. And those things, I guess, when they put that out there, there was something like 10,000 of them, and they were gone in less than 10 minutes.
It was quick.
Boom. It was. Oh, I think I'm going to check and get one of those. Oh, never mind.
Nope. Yeah, never mind. It went faster than the $150,000 down payments in California. It went really fast. And contrary to popular belief, if you are born, actually give birth to a child in Olive Garden, it does not make them automatically an Italian citizen. They have to be. It's completely different. It's not like a military base.
So they're not going to get their pasta pass if they were
No, this was verified with Georgia Maloney, and she said, I never even heard of that restaurant. So I mean, okay.
What? It's true Italian, right?
I did I ever tell you the story? My son and I went to Olive Garden. This has got to be 20 years ago. We went to Olive Garden, and the lady said something about. She goes, "Well, I have to go back and ask them if they can do that." She goes, "But I got to get somebody to kind of translate it." I go, "Translate it? They're really Italians back there?" She goes, "No, everybody's from Mexico back there." I'm like, "What?" Okay, but that's a true story. That was pretty funny.
It's yeah, it's okay. The wife she likes Italian food and Chinese food, which she's not listening, so it's okay. I do owe her a Chinese dinner or 2 or 12.
2 or 12.
Yeah, well, see, every time I want to go get a pizza, and we can't just order it, folks, out here in the hinterlands.
Mm.
Out here in, as Fred calls it, how are things out there in Hooterville? You know, where the store and all that was, because there's nothing out here. So
Wasn't Hooterville? Wasn't that
Petticoat Junction?
Petticoat Junction. I remember
Yeah.
those 3 girls all undressed behind that fence. When I was a kid. Yes, sir.
Well, it's not the fence. They were in the water trough.
Yeah, but I
getting
mean,
the
yeah, I
bath.
mean, it looked like a fence that was what I thought when I was a kid. That was a fence. They were naked. They were naked. It was awesome. But yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Comrade Mamdani is, or Commie Mamdani, as we like to call him here on the show, is
Mommy,
threatening.
mommy.
Yes, Commie Mommy has threatened to possibly arrest Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu when he comes to the September meeting at the UN. He he was asked about this, and this is what he had to say.
I believe that Prime Minister Netanyahu belongs in The Hague. He's a war criminal. Whatever the law allows me to do in New York City, that's what we will do, but we won't be writing our own laws to that end. That's an active conversation with our legal department in seeing what the prospects are we have here in our municipality.
I would imagine that you and I are not eligible to be on the legal department in New York City, but I can tell you, you don't have the authority.
Yeah, you
doubt.
ain't got it there. He's got another problem, and I want to know when I heard this piece without seeing it. Really, this is the first thing I thought is, why is he doing an imitation of Dirty Harry? Well, are you feeling lucky, punk?
He's been listening to Gavin Newsom. Well, you know, if he comes here, we're going to have to take care of him. And, you know.
And here's another issue that he's got right now with a Logan Act issue, which you cannot do federal stuff on your own. And let alone what he did was he said, oh, well, his lackey, she's the one who contacted the consulate from Iran in the United Nations. Oh, contraire, mon frere. He did, and they have proof of it. And that's treason. Why are you talking to someone that we're at war with? You have no business talking to them. I don't care if they're in New York or what. Makes no difference.
Yeah.
You don't have the authority to do any negotiating of any kind with anyone of another nation, period.
Since when do these mayors, I mean, because you saw Karen Bass be in Ghana when the fires broke out in LA a couple of years ago. Why do these mayors go internationally? They should be here dealing with what they need to be dealing with here. It's not like the presidency or even Secretary of State where you have to go places and deal with foreign dignitaries on their property or whatever. If you're the mayor of LA or Atlanta or Seattle, you've got no reason to be anywhere else. I don't understand.
And Rubio is doing a fantastic job. You can't say anything other than he's doing a fantastic job.
He is. He's, he's just a smart guy, and really they cannot catch him on anything. I mean, the guy is just, him and JD are both extremely smart.
Very bright. Well, and these Democrats, they call him in and, oh, I've got a gotcha for you. No, you don't.
It never works. It never works. Because as smart as you think you are, as smart as they think they are, they're not even close. So Hey, let's take this real quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from Dr. Oz about a new Medicare Medicaid scheme that has been going on, and they're getting to the root of it and possibly fixing it. So hang in there. We'll be right back.
You know, I love the Stay Off My Lawn podcast. In fact, everyone loves it. You know why? Because they're well-informed and make me laugh. It's a winning combination, and I know all about winning combinations.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real men of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Inflatable Pink Gorilla Maker.
Mr. Giant Inflatable Pink Gorilla Maker.
The automotive industry's most convincing marketing tool, the giant gas-filled pink gorilla.
Such a big monkey.
Factory rebates, 0% financing. Poppycock. Nothing sells cars like a helium-happy primate.
You said it, brother.
Why a gorilla? Because who'd buy a car from a dealer with a giant inflatable hamster?
Not gonna buy it.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, O king of the automotive jungle. When we say you're the greatest, we're not just blowing hot air.
Mr. Giant Inflatable Pink Gorilla Maker.
Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's reckless bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
We've been trying to play one of those every week here on this show. One of those fun Star Spangled Banners, and this is from the Haygoods this week. Richard sent this to me.
Yeah,
and
that just gave me goosebumps. It was so good. They did their own little bit to it with their harmony, but they didn't go wacky doodles way outside, and it was just done so beautifully. When the crowd doesn't start cheering until the very end, they were listening and really enjoyed it too.
Absolutely. And I don't have it, but with the Sunday game that when we saw the Braves, they have this tenor from the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra, I think it is, and he sang the Star Spangled Banner before, but he sang America the Beautiful at the seventh inning stretch, and it was absolutely fantastic. I'm gonna see if I can find that for next week, but the guy's incredible. It's just absolutely incredible. When somebody can sing and they do it from the heart, you can really tell when somebody's just singing for the fact of singing as opposed to he felt every word of this, and it just gives you goosebumps. It really does.
At one of the College of Idaho, which is a little small private school here in Idaho. That's from our house. It takes less than 20 minutes to get there. And we go support the football team, and they were, I think they finished in 4th place. They lost to the team that won the NAIA tournament playing. So they played around the country and then kept going and kept going. They were one game away from playing in the finals. So, but anyhow, we support them, and they have someone come out and sing. And last year they had this gal. It's like, well, I'm sure glad you got here at the last minute and didn't feel like she had like these big baggy stovepipe pants on. tank top, and she had the nose ring, all that. It's like, oh boy, this ought to be good. She had a phenomenal voice, but she went out because somebody said, yeah, you need to do this. Okay, I'll sing the national anthem, whatever. And she sang it very, very well. And then it's like, I'm done for the day.
Wow.
It's like, what is wrong with you? You are very good, young lady. So, and then we've had some others at that little small school that sang, and you go, okay, glad you got out the glee club. They are not very gleeful.
You know, and I can deal with somebody being off pitch or whatever here and there if they're doing it from the heart. I mean,
Right.
that makes a difference to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So yeah, we both enjoy that. I don't mind. The wife at the game, she goes, "Were you singing that?" I said, "Yes, I do every time when it's on. I sing along, man."
Oh, I have a terrible singing voice, so I just
Oh,
mouth the words. So I mean,
Not so good.
Yeah.
And if you heard it, I am sorry.
It seems like every time we turn around, there's a new Medicare Medicaid scheme. Dr. Oz, who is the administrator of the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, explains how this one works.
In South Florida, where I am now, there are twice as many durable medical equipment suppliers as McDonald's. Twice. What's going on? Many of these businesses aren't even real. They're what insiders call bust outs. No inventory, no storefronts, no patient's help. Instead, they steal Medicare beneficiary numbers from our seniors and build for equipment like hospital beds, wheelchairs, and oxygen tanks that are never shipped. By the time Medicare figures out the scam, millions of dollars go out the door, and fast. Transferred overseas before anybody can stop it. Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. It's often easier to open one of these sham durable medical equipment companies than a bank account. That's why working with banks is critical to suffocating this scam. And they need to all get on board fast. Follow the money, and you'll stop the fraud. So under the Vice President's leadership, the White House Fraud Task Force took action by imposing a national moratorium on new durable medical equipment suppliers, giving our CMS team this space to hunt down and crush this corruption. Because every dollar stolen is a dollar taken from a senior who actually needs care. And if they steal our money, they will steal our health. And this administration is not letting that happen on our watch.
And, you know, this durable medical equipment, I'd never really heard that term before this, but I mean, and supposedly, and I don't know if we mentioned this at the beginning of the show or in the promo, but the Trump administration has cut off funding for Medicaid and Medicare to Minnesota and California until they get some of that fraud straightened out too.
And I think since that announcement, I believe he's added Ohio and Washington.
Is it? Okay.
At least Ohio. Washington, I'm trying to, seems like it was mentioned, but I'm not going to swear to that one.
I had only read about it this morning, and the two that I saw was Minnesota and California. So.
Well, because they've got those kinds of communities there doing the same community that's gets passed around quite quickly when you're crooked as a dog's hind leg, and you have no problem being crooked.
No. As a matter of fact, that's how you make your living, is being crooked. So, anyway.
Yeah.
There's a new candidate for Senate up in Maine. Have you seen this person? His name.
I can't even talk about it without cracking up.
His name is Ashley Webb. Ashley. Put it this way: if you're watching this on video, which I highly suggest, if you're, you know, in spite of seeing my face, if you're watching this on video, this is going to be an absolute treat for you. So let me share screen, and we will get this played for you because you're going to like this a lot.
Ashley Webb, what qualifications do you have to serve in the U.S. Senate?
Oh, I ran for office several times. Didn't win, but I did run. And then I'm a songwriter, and then I write my own books. And then I suppose my transparency, I wouldn't lie to the people, and I wouldn't deceive the people like we're being deceived right now. Like, we get lied to, smoke and mirrors, like what's going on with ICE, pretending like these victims did something wrong. Like, that's unacceptable. And I suppose the biggest thing is, like, I'm just an angry citizen now, and if I got elected, I'd be an angry senator, and I think that would probably be their worst nightmare.
Seems like the anger would be something else. I mean, I don't know, but it seems like if deception is the thing that you don't want to do, what you're in a dress and you're a guy.
The deception runs strong in this one.
What was that? Our friend Marty from St. Louis sent us, and I actually posted it. I'm trying to remember what it was. If Meatloaf and somebody else had a baby.
That's what it was. Stephen Stills, is it? Or
Neil Young. Meatloaf and Neil Young.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
I was going, wait a minute. It's Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, and it's I think
Yeah,
it was Young,
yeah. It was, you were in the right group. It was just a
yeah.
different.
The wrong guy.
Neil Young has the mutton chops. If it wasn't for the mutton chops, it'd be perfect. But yeah, I mean, this guy, she is running for Senate, so it needs your vote. Get out and vote, I guess. Anyway, that was
to deceive you. What do you call what you're doing now? Last time I seem to have checked, those people that are going and dating and thinking they're dating a female and it's not, they're usually not real happy. That's a deceivable moment, you know?
You know, I've talked to several people about that. I would not be a young single person today for nothing, because some people, unlike this guy, really sell it better, than some of the others. I mean, I've seen pictures of some that were, I don't even remember the context, but I'm thinking, that's a guy, really? And I mean, it's like, because it can be deceiving, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's not deceiving.
No, not deceiving at all. That and I saw a picture of the Nazi guy, the Graham Plattner. That if they shaved his mustache and all the facial hair off and put a wig on him, it might be the same guy. I think it's possible.
They've been seen together in the same room.
They've never been in the same room together. That's right. Like you and Batman. It's never been seen. Oh, God. That was fun though. I like that. That blew up the internet this week. If you haven't been online, it was everybody's been talking.
Everywhere.
It was everywhere. Representative Mary Miller, who obviously, up until this week, I have never heard of her, but she's from Illinois. She's a congresswoman from Illinois, and she had some questions for the chancellor of UCSF, which is, for you kids at home, is the University of California, San Francisco. It's the medical school, and she was asking them questions in front of Congress the other day, and here's how that went.
UCSF's classroom guide titled Framework for Gender and Sex Concepts in Teaching advises against using the term pregnant women. Instead, it says to use pregnant people. Who are pregnant people compared to pregnant women? Just curious.
So that is a part of a curriculum to help our students who are facing a wide diversity of patients. Of course, the vast majority of pregnancies are in women, and I have absolutely no problem with using the word pregnant women. I use it myself.
Has a non-biological woman ever had a baby?
A transgender person can.
That's not a biological woman. Has a non-biological woman ever had a baby?
I would reiterate, we take care of transgender patients.
She lost her patience with him. I love it. I would have too.
They were just, are you referring to this? Are you, well, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. They're just tap dancing away and then saying nothing.
Gene Kelly had nothing on these people. But and she also had the question for a dean from UCLA also, and it went similarly. Here we go.
Can someone have a uterus but not be a woman? Because it seems like your school is promoting that ridiculous idea.
I think, again, as Dr. Hoggett has described, we're treating transgender people, but we're doing that in compliance with state and federal law.
And you do teach biology?
Yes, we do.
I'm going to ask you again, can someone have a uterus and not be a woman? Just say yes or no. Can they?
Again, I would need your
That's what your medical school is promoting.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let the dancing commence. Yes, that was
Well, I don't. Well, that's not what. The question you asked. Really, it's not that hard of a question. I don't have a big, huge, fancy degree, and I can answer it.
yeah. When you're so married to your political crazy ideas that maybe they're afraid of losing their job by saying anything to the contrary, they're saying anything that makes common sense. Why are people so afraid to call everything out? I mean, this is why people like Joe Rogan and Bill Maher and so many of them are like going, this has gotten too crazy for me.
Yeah, Bill Maher says my vote is in play because I'm not voting for these nutbags, and I'm not voting for communism. I'm just flat not doing it, and that's kind of why we're here. We're going to root against it every stinking chance we get.
Absolutely.
But come on, man, really? They just the common sense. I don't care what your degree is. If you can't answer that and you teach medical stuff, you need to have your license revoked.
Again, it's like you and I've said many times, just because you have a degree or even a doctorate, apparently, it doesn't mean that you're smart. It just means that you've somehow bought into an ideology.
Yes, I refer to them as educated idiots.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can remember to regurgitate it on a test, and when the test is over,
it's the church of lab coats and books. I mean, if
Well,
somebody wrote it in a book,
Yep. Go ahead. Somebody wrote it in a book.
or if somebody in a lab coat tells you something, then that's gospel. I mean, it is like a religion. I just can't.
Well, and I think you're right in saying that they're afraid of losing their jobs because that's what it's predicated on. We're in California. This is the way we have to believe. Otherwise, we're not going to continue to be gainfully employed. It's the same thing with scientists and their little fakey doo-doo climate warming agenda garbage it's as fake as the day is long.
Sure.
It's not warming. We're lower than it was in the 1930s, was hotter than it is now. Way hotter.
But but everybody's got such short memories and they don't do any research. They just believe a guy in a lab coat or what somebody wrote in a book. Again, we saw this with COVID the same way. So just what you're saying with climate. And I bring this up all the time ad nauseum. I'm so sorry, but it is such a perfect example of people afraid to lose their jobs. So they were pro-vaccine, pro-social distancing, whatever it was, stay at home and lose your job and whatever, but it's like they had to buy into an ideology that was proposed by Fauci and all of his ilk. And you had to sign on to it or you weren't going to get papers published. You weren't going to get, your tenure at your university was going to be revoked. I mean,
your department wouldn't get its funding. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I know. I saw something funny the other day. This whole explosive diarrhea lettuce, the whole thing. It was a gain of function Taco Bell lab in California, even though Fauci said it actually came from a bat in San Jose. But anyway, it was San Jose wet market. That's what it was. But yeah, it's gotten so crazy, and you just. And you and I have it easy maybe because we don't have to worry about a job that we're going to lose, or we don't have to worry about all that stuff. But even if I did, I would have such a hard time just giving up my what I know to be true and saying something the opposite just for my self-preservation. I don't know. I don't know if I could.
My integrity doesn't allow for that. It's like, no, I'm sorry, just ain't happening.
It's not for sale. It's just not for sale. Nope. We need a palate cleanser, and
please,
so
we are clipping. This is rare for us.
I know.
We're clipping through it. Yay! I can get this video made, and then.
I was going to say I'm working on getting you some shut eye, my friend. This is another story of Americana from our West Texas Army vet friend, Pappy G.
In 1863, America made a decision that most people thought was either visionary or insane. We were going to build a railroad across an entire continent. No one had ever done anything like it. The Rocky Mountains stood in the way. The Sierra Nevada stood in the way. 1,000 miles of open prairie, brutal desert, and uncharted wilderness stood in the way. The Civil War was still raging. The country was bleeding. And yet, somebody looked at a map of this vast, untamed land and said, we're going to connect it, all of it, rail to rail, spike by spike, from one ocean to the other. Two companies took the challenge. The Union Pacific pushed west from Omaha, the Central Pacific pushed east from Sacramento, and the men who built it, the men who actually swung the hammers, laid the ties, and blasted through mountains, were among the most remarkable workforces ever assembled in American history. Irish immigrants, many of them fresh off the boat, graded and laid track across the Great Plains through punishing heat and bitter cold. Men who had crossed one ocean looking for a better life and ended up helping connect another. Chinese laborers, over 10,000 strong, took on the Sierra Nevada, armed with hand tools, black powder. They drilled through solid granite, sometimes only an inch at a time. Suspended on rope over sheer cliff faces, living in the mountain snow, they were handed the hardest miles on the map, and they conquered every single one of them. These were not just workers, they were pioneers in every sense of the word. Men who had everything stacked against them and built something that would stand forever anyway. Both crews raced toward each other for 6 years. And on May 10, 1869, they met at Promontory Summit in Utah Territory. A golden spike was driven in a laurel wood tie to mark the joining of two lines. The telegraph carried the signal to both coasts simultaneously. The word done tapped out in Morse code, and the entire country erupted. Church bells rang in Philadelphia. 100-gun salute fired in New York. In San Francisco, the celebration lasted for days. A continent had become a country. Two oceans finally connected, not by geography, but by the grit of men who refused to quit. Happy 250th America, built by many hands.
Did he say what,
No,
what it was
I was going to look
called?
up how many people died during that, because I bet you a lot of lives were given for that.
Do you remember what they called where the two pieces came together?
What he just said?
Did he say Promontory Point?
It was in Utah. That's all I remember.
Yeah. It's called Promontory. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing it right. I'm lucky I know my own name. Anywho, and that's where they drove the Golden Spike.
Interesting. Yeah. Have you seen that?
Been where it's a plaque. The Golden Spike is long gone. It's in a museum somewhere.
Yeah.
Fact,
I didn't know if it was.
I think it was pulled about as soon as it was put in the ground. Okay, they drove the Golden Spike. Hey, get that thing out of there and go put it in a museum or wherever. I don't remember what the deal was, but yeah, it's not far from me. So.
Oh, okay. I just looked it up. 1,000 to 1,200 Chinese workers were estimated to have died while building this railroad, but that was from the going through the Sierra Nevadas. I wonder what it was on the eastern side, because that was supposedly by the Irish immigrants, is what he said. So it doesn't say here on the what I just looked up. So interesting. Yeah, a lot of whenever anything big happens, people give their lives, and it's all for the betterment of others, and that's true patriotism. These people came to America, the Chinese and the Irish, and they were Americans first, and they did all this for us. So it's fantastic. So.
Yeah, the Golden Spike was a ceremonial 17.6 karat gold. So, I mean, it was exceedingly soft.
Yeah.
Metal, and National Historic Site at Promontory Point in Box Elder County, northern Utah, which is near Salt Lake City, the Great Salt Lake. And for me to get there is about maybe 8 hours, if that.
Oh, okay. That's not
it's
too
very
far
away. Yeah.
Is that Spike in the Smithsonian now, or?
I don't remember. Well, until I'm here, you'd think it would tell me. Since I did use this fancy internet thing that's been recently invented by Al Gordon, I think.
It's on display at the Cantor Arts Museum at Stanford.
Yeah, I knew it was in a museum. I just didn't remember where. Sorry.
Interesting.
I'm amazed that I pulled that out of my today.
I know, and you never got up. I mean, that's just that's amazing to me. It's like you're from Seattle or something. Anyway, we hope you were somewhat informed and had fun like we did. Don't forget you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Smart Speaker, Rumble, or wherever you get podcasts. Plus, you can email us at soml@duck.com or call us at 706-383-9003 as it is below us.
Those numbers, I put those on there for us. I figured out how to do that, and I paste them there every single week. So,
appreciate that, sir, very much.
Yeah, we like to do things the right way. We'd love to hear from some of you, and if it's just too difficult to figure out, I heard a lady talking about that today on set when we were in one of our mini breaks. It was a lot of hurry up and wait. Oh Lord, that was painful. But how do you do this podcast thing? How do you listen to Tom going, oh, jeez. We're old and we know how to get them.
I got that friend in California said he won't listen to podcasts because he's afraid it's going to steal his credit card information. I'm like going, okay.
Must not have been taking his vitamins lately.
Yeah, something's missing.
Yeah. So if it's too difficult, just go to our good old website of stayoffmylawn.us for all our past and present episodes.
And we'll see you next week, folks.
Toodles, and thanks again for everybody that's telling a friend. We are in a growth mode that is just makes us giggle to start every week when we're doing the show. So keep it up, keep telling your friends. And the countries are still at 130, which we're just so pleased that we're in 2/3 of the countries of the world. So thanks for listening. We appreciate y'all.
Very humbling. Thank you. We'll see you next week, folks.
Ta-ta. Well, we had fun and hope you did too. The opinions heard here today are not those of anyone other than Mike and Richard. If it made you laugh or go, or even, then we've done our job. Sort of. Mostly anyway. And if we made you think about things in a common sense manner, we welcome you to the club. And if it didn't, then just stay off my lawn. See you next time.